Hey, good morning. I just need to complain for a second. I am so frustrated with some of the news that's kind of come to light this past week. There's so much news. Texas has canceled people's ability to change their gender on their license, and also they collected a list of everybody who's done it in the past. Great. Love that. We love that. But I'll do a proper segment about that on the stream on Wednesday or Sunday. God. And then that'll be my last Sunday stream for a little bit. We'll be going down to only Wednesdays until like late October. Anyway, the real thing that I'm pissed about is I made a video not too long ago telling you all that you needed to get your COVID boosters from last year if you don't have insurance because the bridge access program is going to expire at the end of this month. And so first of all, the manufacturers of those, so Moderna and Pfizer, the manufacturers of last year's boosters, told all the pharmacies to send the product back like very shortly after I posted that video. And they it's like the new one hasn't come out yet, so there's just nowhere you can get a vaccine right now, just nowhere. If you were trying to get in at the last minute to get it covered under the bridge access program, you just can't, which I think is so fucking annoying. And like obviously with the Renaissance Festival coming up soon, I'm concerned because my partner didn't get the vaccine booster when I initially said something about it, and so it's just like not an option now until the new ones come out. Apparently the mRNA vaccines have been approved as of today, so again, the Moderna and the Pfizer, but I just found out that the Novavax, which is 40% more effective, it's the more typical, it's more like every other vaccine you've ever had in your entire life, where it's just like the protein of the inert virus. And so it's more effective against more different strains because it doesn't target one specific part of the virus that's different in every mutation. And it has less of a chance of giving you like post-viral complications, because what the mRNA ones do is basically they make your body create the thing that it needs to ward against, instead of like it just being like, here, let me show you a picture of the guy that you need to defend against, which is what the protein vaccines do, like the Novavax. Novavax has been ready to go, and they submitted their approval in June, like 67 days ago or something. They've been ready to go, and the FDA has just been like, we're not going to approve it. And then the mRNA vaccines submitted, and they're like, well, let's speed these through and approve them. Novavax is still not approved. For what reason? It's like, is this a profit motivated reason? Like, if Novavax had come out a month ago, I could have gotten a 40% more effective vaccine for free under the Bridge Access program. But now it's going to cost like $100 to get a booster. And like, who the hell knows when they're going to approve that? I would say, if the mRNA ones are available and you tolerate them well, please get them as soon as you can and like reasonably afford it and everything. Get the Moderna or Pfizer booster, because those apparently have been approved already. But like, Jesus Christ, dude, this is like on every level a huge failure of public health. And I know that y'all are here for trans content, but like, listen, I'm fucking disabled. Like, I have POTS, which is a thing that COVID can give you. I've had it, I think, my entire life, but like, I don't know that it didn't get worse after my first exposure to COVID. And I'm telling you, you don't want it. Like, trans people and queer people in general are more likely to be disabled than the general population. So make no mistake, trans justice and disability justice are like this. Because trans people and females and people of color are all more likely to have long-term complications from catching this stupid virus. So yeah, I'm sorry that I'm like harping on it forever, but this is a big deal. It will not stop being a big deal until we start taking it seriously, and this insane government that we have starts actually doing something about this. Like, it's insane to me that we are in a situation where the bridge access program is ending, so they're not going to subsidize vaccines anymore, which means people are not going to get them, which means we're going to have more severe illness. The vaccine doesn't necessarily stop you from spreading the virus, which is why vax and relax is a terrible policy, but it does prevent you from getting severely ill, and it basically can lower your overall viral load, which can make you a little bit less symptomatic, or a little bit less contagious. But yeah, for them to be doing that and also putting in mask bans in various places, like Nassau County, New York has done it, and they were considering it in North Carolina. And I'm gonna flip the hell out if there's conversation in Kansas about instituting a mask ban. I'm like, this is the only way that I feel safe going to Walmart, is by wearing an N95. And I probably should even be doing more, because it seems like there's people out there who are wearing N95s everywhere they go and they're still getting sick because, the virus, like, it, N95 means it blocks 95% of particles, but I'm like, do I need to upgrade to a P100 now? Or like maybe it's getting in through the mucous membranes of their eyes, which is part of why, like, I'm glad that I wear glasses now, because it creates like a little bit of an air bubble behind your eyes. It's not like 100% protection like it would be if you wore goggles, but it's certainly better than not wearing glasses, as far as what the studies have shown. So yeah, I just needed to bitch for a minute and get that off my chest. And like, I'm sitting here trying to focus on doing some photoshops this morning to get some thumbnails out, and I'm just like having a really hard time focusing because I'm just like what the fuck are we gonna do about any of this? We only have so much we can do individually, and like vaccinating ourselves and getting good masks and stuff, like those are the things that we can do individually to protect ourselves, and the government is taking that shit away, like taking it away from us actively, going, yeah, no, actually we don't care about you getting vaccinated. You need to now give these big pharma companies $100 in order to get your vaccine every year. And we're taking away your ability to wear a mask by effectively criminalizing it. Like, oh, we want to crack down on crime. We need to crack down on crime. So we're going to take away disabled people's ability to not get, like, really seriously ill. And we're going to take away cancer patients' ability to protect themselves from getting seriously ill during their treatment. And like anybody else, like, yes, I am disabled. I wear a mask because I cannot afford to work any less. Like, you need to understand that, like, I used to be a regular employee, and I tried and I wore myself down for 10 years before finally being like, I can't keep working for someone else. Like, I am physically not capable. I have all these symptoms. I have like fatigue. Like, I physically can't. That's why I do this job. Like, if I could have continued doing something else, making better money, having more stability, I would have. I literally went to college to learn how to be an electrician, and I was a solar installer, and I was an electrician, and like, honestly, I kind of miss doing solar installations, but I can't regulate my body heat, like my body temperature. So if I am working on a hot roof in the middle of the summer, I am more likely than my coworkers to have a medical emergency. So I just can't do that stuff. And like, it's just so frustrating to be limited by your body in that way. And more and more and more and more and more people are going to experience that limitation and are not going to be able to work anymore, or they're not going to be able to work full time anymore, or they're going to have to abandon their careers. And like, the Supreme Court is not going to protect us. They're eroding things even more. They're eroding protections the executive branch is trying to put in, and like basically saying that the agencies involved don't have the power. So like, even if, let's say, because we're looking down the barrel of an mpox pandemic and a potential bird flu pandemic. Mpox, I guess, is more likely than the bird flu at this time, because the mpox is actually like already communicable from person to person, not only from touch, but also from the airborne particles. Whereas bird flu, we're kind of still waiting to see if there's going to be a breakthrough where that starts being communicable from human to human. most of the human cases are like people who work around animals and they get sick from the animals. So as we're looking down the barrel of several more potentially global virus thing that like can kill people and disable people, the Supreme Court is like, yeah, but the federal agency doesn't have the right to make any judgments and like tell people what to do. So even if the FDA were to be like, yo, actually, like somewhere between 3 and 10% of people who get the mpox are going to die, capital D, die, um, the courts are just like, Lamau, you don't have the regulatory power to make any actual changes here. So, and then like again, also municipalities and states are trying to pass mask bans. Like, oh, people are trying to commit crimes with them. Little old, like, oh, that person who looks like a little old lady with a walker and wearing a mask, oh, she might actually be a crazy person in disguise ready to shoot everybody. Like, talk about living in a fantasy world where there's like a bogeyman behind every corner. Anyway, I'm just incapable of focusing on my actual work this morning, so I just needed to get that rant out. I don't even know what to do or what to say, and that's the point. That's the point of the rant, is like everything's going to hell and it's just not gonna get better, it feels like. But anyway, from me to you, please get your boosters when they come out. If you want to wait for Novavax, you can. If you can afford it, I would say get the mRNA vaccine and then get Novavax when it comes out, whenever that is. If you have insurance, hopefully they'll cover it for you. But yeah, I'm just frustrated. And it sucks when you feel powerless and you're like, I guess I'm just gonna watch fucking Good Mythical Morning or whatever. Like, I'm just gonna try to. Obviously I'm focused on, like, I'm trying to get my shit together for this move. And I'm like, ooh, I need to work more. I need to post on Fansly more. I need to crochet stuff and put it in my store, which I have done. If you're interested, I have a couple of these mushrooms, little tiny mushroom pillows that are in the store right now if you want to look at it. But anyway, I guess I'm going to shut the hell up now. Most of the time these little rant videos have something to do with like a discourse, but I guess I did just see more discourse about like lesbians can't be attracted to men, but I'm like, can we have some perspective about the real problems going on? I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. Bye.